Hi everyone, the purpose of this screencast is to show you how to change the timing on the Think, Pair, Share slides, and I'm also going to show you how to set up your own slide. So if you want to create something from scratch, you can, and I'll show you really quickly how to build it. But the easiest thing to do is just, if you want to change the timing, to start with what I already have given you, which is the template that looks similar to this. Now this one I just changed the background for, but I think the one I shared with you has the same two black bars across the bottom. So once you select them, you'll see that a number 1 and a number 2 show up here, and that's just showing you that there are animations set on the slide. So the way to change the timing is just to click the number 1, and then when you move up here, you'll see that the duration is 45 seconds, meaning it's going to take 45 seconds for this first box to fill. So if you wanted to make that shorter or longer, you certainly could. Say you wanted to put it down to 30 seconds, you could just enter a 30 in there, and then that would change it to 30 seconds. The size of the boxes doesn't necessarily correlate to the amount of time. I just drew them roughly like this because I wanted you to see that this one was a little bit shorter than this one. And then so same thing here. Click the number 2 and you can look up here and see, okay, right now it's set for 59 seconds. So if you wanted to change that, you certainly could just by entering the number that you want right up here. You can also manipulate the size of the boxes if you want to do that, and I'll show you. Just, you click on it and then you can just move it in. Now there is a box behind it and you would need to change that one as well, and when I show you how to build it, you'll see why there's 2 there. So that's really the simple way to do it. If you want to start a presentation from scratch and build these in though, I'll show you how to do that too right now really quickly. So I'll go to New Presentation, and the first thing I'm going to do is enter a shape. So I'm going to click Shape. I'll put in a rectangle and I'll just select that first one and I'll put it right across the top of the slide here. Okay, so I don't actually want it filled in the blue, so I'm going to go up here and click on Format and then select it just to be a white inside and then a black outline around it, just that very basic one. The next thing I'm going to do is make a copy of that. So because it's already highlighted, I'm just going to click Command C, copy it, and then I'll click Command V, and now it's pasted. Although actually that just selected the title. That didn't work. So let me try it a second time. Let me get those other 2 boxes out of here just to not confuse you. Okay, Command V pasted it. So now I have 2 boxes, and I'll keep them separated just for a minute to show you how to do this. What you'll do is select one of them, and it doesn't necessarily matter which one, and you want to go back into Format and you want to fill that box. So let's say you want to fill it, let's fill it with green for Loyola. Okay, now the way you get it to fill up on the timer is by setting it on an animation. So right now I'm going to move the box on top of the outline, and then I'm going to go to Animations, and I think the one that I'm going to select is Wipe. Okay, so I'm going to click Wipe, but the important thing to note here is that once you have it selected and set to Wipe, you need to do 2 things. Effect Options, right now it's going to come up from, it's going to fill from the bottom up, and I don't want it. I like it to move from left to right, so I'll change that to say from left. And now you can see that that changed it. Certainly you could fill it from right if that made sense to you, or top to bottom if you wanted to work it that way. I like it left to right. That makes sense to me. And then the other thing you can do right here is just change the amount of time it takes for it to fill up. So anywhere between 30 and 45 seconds is usually a good amount of time when we're talking about just a quick thinking guided activity. And then you can certainly make the pairing part longer. So let's check it and just make sure that it works. So I'm going to go to Play from Start. Okay, so initially it just starts with, remember that back box, which was just the outline, and then when I press the space bar, it's starting to fill up, and it's filling up in the green from left to right, and that will take about 30 seconds. So really simply, that is how you do it. If you have any questions, let me know.